Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys about investing into yourself and savings. I'm going to share about my personal experiences and also tell you about what it is that I invest in, what I do to gain funds. Right? So, this right here is a good lump sum of cash. This is $106. Alright, this is $106 saved. I had to do what I had to do to get out from my overseers who were stealing from me. They were taking a good lump sum of cash all the time. This would go on about 13 years, but there were things that took place prior to that. Things that took place prior, right? With it about to be 4 years now, I got the freedom to do what it is that I want to do. So I do receive a paycheck about every month, $500. I also make money from helping those promote things, promos, right? Not bad. Not bad at all. So I make about a couple bucks from that. I make a couple of dollars from doing underneath the table work. Make a few bucks off there. Sitting as well, house sitting, things of that nature, make a couple of bucks all the time. I also make money from selling and making a few couple of dollars off CDs. Yeah, I make a good lump sum. From there, a good majority of what I invest in to make a few dollars. I'm a founder of a clothing brand for online, Steph White Collections. I help fund it. Money from that, very good lump sum of change, goes towards the importance. Not just putting back in, but helping to pay rent, your phone, get a few items to eat, things of that nature. And if you have a few extra dollars, you can get yourself something nice. But it's always best to put back in. You know, big bills, it's always best to break. And when you have little bills, you don't just spend them. You put them away. You know, little bills help build up faster than you think. Even if you have a few ChEDDErTARY931 channel and my Jazzy Entertainment channel, I'm going to be linking the video called Fake Diploma, so you guys can get an understanding. You know, I don't qualify for today's terms. You know, I was put on the No Child Left Behind Act, and that was from Bush to Obama. through many, many years. It's a program for troubled individual youth plus people learning disabilities, which I do have. Also for people that had poor finances, which I did have growing up, very much so. So I couldn't always go to school. Throughout this, you gotta have full 4 years of high school now. 1 year of college, 6 months of work and experiences, good credit and a clean record in vehicle transportation. All those I do not meet. No. I used to have a job. I used to work at the TRC plant. I still got all my pay tabs. Made a very nice sum of money, you know. Some days okay, some days not. You know, you're gonna have that. I still have that. But let me tell you what I did do. Let me tell you things that I got into later on. Things I tried to make money from. I used to do sketches. I used to sketch drawings for people. I would only charge $1. Those dollars built up. From there, I got into doing airbrush t-shirts and t-shirt business. It's a gamble because some days or some seasons are very rarely, like, no one does really t-shirts anymore. So it's like an off and on thing. One day you're going to have people that are going to want t-shirts made up so much, and then one day you're not, right? So I used to do that. From there, DJing for a bit, putting out mixtapes, helping out other people. I made a few dollars from that. So then there was, again, music, right? I used to invest in also electronics, but that right there, in most cases, sometimes can either be a hit or a completely huge, utteral, and I mean an utteral mess, no matter what. Well, I got into making jewelry. Jewelry business. It can be a good business or it can not be a good business depending on who you are. As a man, it's a very hard business because no one likes to buy from, the male genders. It is a sexist thing. I get it. That's why it's best to have a female do it. But the jewelry thing isn't always going to be such a great thing to do because jewelry's not always a good investment. Silver, gold, value of that goes down. Handcrafts are pretty much dead, right? So there's that. From there, things that I do invest in myself with, again, not just helping people get out there with stuff that they do in terms of promos and clothing, not just music either, right? But what is actually investing into yourself so you can try to see something back from that, right? So I talked about some of the earlier things, right? So let's go with actually investing something that may pay off one day, no matter what. Investing and trying to work. Working is investing. No matter what. Even if you have a job or a little job, it's investing no matter what. It is. You're investing for your finance future at the end of the day. You are investing to do what you like to do, what your field is, and not everybody is going to get lucky to get a job that they went to school for, at all. Point blank, period. Sometimes, you know, it's like that. I would invest in myself to take the time out to learn how to do CDs. You know, I buy the CDs, I buy the cases, I buy the refill sheets for the disc, because I taught myself how to edit things. Digital artwork, if you will. And to also making the music. To me, making music is not taking your hard-earned money and recording at somebody else's studio, because that's called investing into somebody else, not yourself. Investing into yourself is taking the money, buying the equipment. I got some mixers, microphones, and I learned how to use all that stuff, even programs. So that right there is just not investing into myself, but it's also putting in money, make back money, and put it right back on. It's a repeated process. So you do have that. Alright. From also what should be considered great investments or things to build up money and finance later on in the future. Things that will have value. Right? I do keep my sketches more than anything. My sketches will eventually go in value. Because regardless if you're a famous artist or if you're an underground artist, excuse me for that, I'm more of an underground artist when it comes to sketches. People are going to gravitate towards that. Investing also, one thing I would be an early start in, and it was always there, which was movies. So I'm a collector in that. I have a closet full of good movies that's worth a couple of $1,000s. Another thing that I would invest in is figures. I'm also a figure collector. Next for me would be figures. Right? Figure collecting would only go up in value. One thing would be jewelry. Now jewelry, again, I talked about it before. It may be a hit, it might be a miss. It depends, because truth reality, jewelry is not really all that much, really not really a good investment, because there's a lot of the same pieces made out there so much. And this is something that a lot of people don't understand. You go and buy a jewelry, like a chain, a watch, a bracelet, or a piece, and say, man, this is probably the only one like it, I'm going to die for it. You're going to die over something that's been duplicated for 1,000 copies and 1,000 copies more. Jewelry is made out of just molded metal with 3D printing. The chain part is made out of actual chain, just grinded down and dyed to look a certain color. Just like rings are actually made out of nugget bolts, like the actual nugget bolts that you put or to mount something on. You see, getting diamonds in something, those diamonds, believe it or not, truth, actual reality, diamonds ain't really worth anything. I know what you're saying, but what do you mean? Because the people that mine that and work that over across seas in very poor conditions, they're mining it for only a penny, sometimes 25 cents. Their pay is not a whole lot. But it gets shipped over here to us and to some of the fancier cities and countries and sold for thousands of dollars for something that's so little. So you see, it's not always a good investment. Gold. It goes up, it goes down. Silver, it goes up, it goes down. I had some gold, I had some silver. I'll get to that. Next investment for me that I put money into, that I hope to make money from, is doing gameplay. I invest in a couple of games and a couple of game systems and capture devices. That right there, already what I'm talking about, is investing. Next thing, music collection. I got cassettes, vinyls, music DVDs, and audio CDs. Different eras, different generations, good music. It's only going to build up over time. A couple of things that I am sitting on, if not, is a good rock collection of real crystals and some gold. I'm not going to say how much it's worth. No one's business. Also, a person can be an investment within themselves. I'm not going to get into too much of the story. If you guys want to know about what I'm about to talk about, just check out a video that I done. If you're on the Jazzy Entertainment channel watching this, it's going to be called ChEDDErTarY Trust Interview. If you're seeing this on the ChEDDErTARY931 channel, it's going to be called Trust and Money In-Depth Interview. I'm a hard worker. I work hard. I do my job. I'm going to make some money. Well, for a while, my parents didn't really have nothing to do with me until during my late years of high school, after high school, when I was bringing in money. They saw their own financial opportunities, and because of what they did to me, and they were supposed to be my overseers, and they would steal countless amounts of money from me, especially when I was put on SSI and years even before that. But the SSI thing took place for 13 years. Again, going back to the beginning of this video, 3 years ago, now going on 4, and 4 years later, I'm now able to do something. I'm able to actually have finances, save money. I know what to do. I do have responsibilities. I ended up winning the house. I ended up winning custody of vehicles and guns that were bought underneath my name and my money, even though I cannot have them, but I wanted custody of them. There would be things that were given to me in terms of investment that were stolen. The first lump sum of money that was given to me that I never saw, that I do talk about in those interviews, depending on what video, what channel you see this video on, it was $3,000. And I talk about what happened to that $3,000. It was cashed in, but it was Confederate old money during the Confederate days, during the Civil War days. Some of my father's family members were in office, so a lot of that money was old, and it was exchanged for updated cash. They took that one day behind my back when I was at work. They bought a couple of cars, phones, guns, and a new roof. Their point for doing that was out of jealousy, and said, okay, well, to us, you don't need this money. The next lump sum of cash would have been $10,000. Now, that came from the first advance from SSI. Now, that money had to be split because I had to have help getting it. So it had to be split from the state, the court, the judge, the lawyers, SSI building. I think maybe around another, like $4,000, maybe $3,015 was left. Never got a chance to see it, though. Because they took it, my overseer, out of selfish and greed. But that's okay. They ended up answering for everything. Again, just watch that video, depending on what channel you're on when you see this, because it will be linked. From there, I go to say what's not good investments either. It's things that you will lose money on. Again, jewelry is one. Housing is a bad investment. Guns are a horrible investment because they're not really worth anything. They're not. I don't care what anybody says. They're not. With that being in, you're going to have days where you're going to bring money in, not have money, where you're going to make money and lose money. But it's about not just investing to see something, regardless of what it is, if you like doing, or investing later on in the future to cash in on something. The real secret is saving money, putting away the small bills. Someday you're going to have big bills like this you can put away that you ain't using. 20s, if you ain't planning on using it. 10s, you're going to put away a lot of 5s, so you can't really use 5s for anything. And a whole lot of 1s. One thing that I do as well, I save up my quarters every month for a full month, and I cash them in. Quarters add up to make dollars. Adds up really fast. That right there with what I break down into this video and the best that I can in the description is the definition of investing into yourself, not investing into someone else, because not always the best thing to do, because you're going to have people that are going to want to work and not work, and I have invested in some people before, and let me tell you something, I lost money doing that. Yeah, I did. I lost money doing that. I would also have a couple of partnership deals that would gain some funds in as well that I still got going on till this day. Now, being able to have the freedom now to do what it is that I like. May not be able to get to go anywhere, but that's okay. Because at the end of the day, I know what I'm sitting on and money that I have coming in, money that I have saved up, and money that I have invested and put away. Just like I have an Easter egg, per se, a little nest egg that I ship money towards all across these. I've also been known to help and fund a couple of movies for acting. Saw a couple of dollars off that, but because it's so heavily crowded, you're probably going to lose some money as well doing that. I even showed what it is that I do. Several videos uploaded that is linked about showing my stats on both of these channels. Just to show, no, this is what I do, this is what helps me pay my bills, my mortgage, my phone, food, and some medicine to get meds. May not have insurance because honestly, because of everything that happened, I can't afford to get insurance. They want $5,000 a month. Fuck that. Some of these insurance companies are getting very fucking selfish and greedy. There's also will be money coming in later on since my father's pretty much killing himself because of his health. Oh, that sounds selfish and greedy, but he ain't do shit for me. And again, you'll see what kind of a person he is once you guys watch that video I link down below. What I can say is this. Investing, again, it's investing and saving is important. Invest in yourself. Don't invest into somebody else because you ain't going to get nowhere. Invest to yourself. Save money, man. It's important no matter what. It is. And let me tell you something. Money is not always the root of all evil. It feels good to have money. Money is everything. Money does buy you happiness. It does. Is it true that money comes and goes at time? Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm also in debt from what my overseers did to me. I'm going to be honest. I am in bankruptcy. I am paying a certain amount, percentage to bankruptcy towards my $250,000 in debt that my overseers did to me. I mean, by the time I get out of it, I'll be 65 years old. I may not even live to even see that. But you know what? If I do get a good check from that, a write-off, once everything is paid. Sit on it. Be happy. Everything that I'm talking about is about not just about savings, but investing to either get something in the future or get a few dollars here and there back doing what you like doing, man. You know, if you have a good job, right? If you're holding down 2 jobs and you're managed to keep a roof over your head, a place to sleep at night, food in your stomach, clothes on your back, and once in a great while, here and there, if you're able to have a few extra dollars to take your place, or be able to take yourself somewhere, your kids, and if you're able to put away a few extra dollars here and there for a rainy day, that right there, savings, but invest in something you like to do. And once in a while, you're going to want to save money, you know, like this, for if you want to go on a trip, if you have a birthday coming up, an anniversary, holidays, to get yourself or your kids something, or again, just to go somewhere, or an emergency, in case somebody wants to lock you up, to set you up. You got some bail money, money put away for court, something like that, right? Or if you get hurt and you need surgery, something like that, you know. Or if you say, okay, put away some money so I can pay off, put some money towards this bill right here that I'm in debt in, or if I owe money, just to get a good lump sum paid off. That right there, with everything, is savings and investing. More than what I can say for some. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, that you guys may have learned something. You know, don't be afraid to save money. Don't. Because it's a good thing to have.